What if one of the most ordinary dreams you've ever had was actually the biggest signal your mind has given you in years? Not the chaotic ones, not the nightmares, but the calm, quiet dreams. The ones where you're simply walking through a door you didn't know was there. Most people dismiss them because they don't feel dramatic. There's no running, no falling, no strange creatures chasing you, just an open doorway. But here's the part almost no one talks about. When you dream of stepping through a new door, especially one that feels unfamiliar, unexpected, or strangely peaceful, your subconscious is telling you something profound. It's not just a symbol of change, it's a sign of emotional healing, not the kind you announce to the world, but the kind that slowly grows inside you after months, maybe even years, of silent inner work. And the reason this dream doesn't feel intense is because your nervous system is finally starting to settle. Your mind is shifting from survival into safety. And it's showing you, in the simplest way possible, that you're ready to move forward. That open door isn't about escape, it's about arrival. Arrival into a version of you that no longer needs to carry everything you once thought you couldn't let go of. Most people never recognize this symbol because they expect healing to feel loud, but healing often whispers. And in your dream, it shows up not with fireworks, but with a door that quietly opens and waits. So if you've seen it lately, ask yourself one question. What part of me is finally free to walk through? Dreaming of a door may sound simple, even forgettable, but dreaming of walking through one, that's something entirely different. In dream psychology, doors represent boundaries between one state and another. But here's what most people don't realize. It's not the door itself that matters. It's what you do with it. When your mind shows you an open door and you actually walk through it, that's your subconscious signaling something rare and powerful. It means the part of you that once clung to fear, grief, or guilt is finally stepping aside. You're no longer standing on the edge of change, you're moving into it. These kinds of dreams usually don't announce themselves. They don't come with flashing signs or emotional drama. In fact, they feel oddly gentle. You might dream you're entering a new house, stepping into a strange room, or walking down a hallway and realizing there's a door open at the end. And you just walk through. No hesitation, no fear. That moment, small as it may seem, is your mind's way of saying, we're done holding back. People who are stuck in pain don't walk through doors in dreams. They stop, turn away, or get stuck outside. So when you find yourself moving forward without resistance, even in a dream, it means your deeper self is finally releasing something it's carried for too long. Whether it was an old heartbreak, a betrayal you never talked about, or shame that's haunted you for years, this is how healing begins. Not with noise, but with a quiet step into something new. The mind has a strange way of signaling when it's ready to let go, and it rarely does it with words. Instead, it paints images while you sleep, subtle and symbolic, like a door left open just wide enough to step through. But have you ever wondered why your dream didn't show chaos or fear this time? Why it felt strangely calm as you entered that unfamiliar space? That calmness isn't random, it's meaningful. When you dream of passing through a doorway, especially into a room you've never seen before, it's a quiet but undeniable message. Your inner world has shifted. You're no longer stuck at the threshold, questioning whether you're ready to move on. You're already moving. This is the mind's way of processing acceptance. Acceptance of what happened, of what you lost, of who you were before the hurt. In real life, healing doesn't always come with big declarations. Sometimes it arrives in silence, in the way you stop replaying certain memories, or no longer feel the need to win a battle that used to consume you. And your dream reflects that shift. The door you walk through isn't just a metaphor for opportunity. It's a sign that you've already begun the transformation. Most people overlook this type of dream because it doesn't match their idea of healing. They expect breakthroughs to come with emotion, with intensity. But true emotional healing is often quiet, it's steady, and sometimes it's just you and a door that no longer feels locked. At first, dreams about walking through a doorway might seem too ordinary to matter. There's no dramatic chase, no sudden fall, no strange figures in the dark. Just you, a hallway, and an open door. But that simplicity is exactly what makes this dream so powerful. Because in the world of dreams, it's not the chaos that holds meaning, it's the calm. And when your subconscious starts showing you a door that you not only notice but walk through, it's revealing something profound. Peace is starting to replace the pain. Most people expect healing to be loud, to arrive with big emotions or visible changes. But in reality, healing often begins in the quiet places. It shows up when your mind stops replaying old fears and starts building something new in the background. That open door, it's your inner world saying, "We're ready now." And here's what's even more interesting. These dreams rarely feel like a breakthrough when they happen. They often feel subtle, sometimes even boring. Maybe you're just walking into a new room, noticing soft light, a sense of space, a quiet comfort. No one chases you, nothing crumbles, and yet everything has changed. Because the absence of fear is the message. Calm dreams are a sign your nervous system is finally coming out of fight or flight mode. And when that happens, the imagery shifts. Doors open, paths become clear, spaces feel safe again. So the next time you dream of stepping through a door and nothing dramatic happens, pay close attention. That quiet moment might be the loudest sign that you're finally healing. There's something strangely powerful about a dream where nothing goes wrong. No danger, no chase, just movement. One foot in front of the other as you step into a space that feels new, yet oddly familiar. That's the hidden beauty behind dreams of open doors. They don't need to shock you to be meaningful. They reveal growth in the most subtle way possible. And here's the part that catches most people off guard. When your dream stops focusing on the past and starts building something new, your mind is no longer stuck in survival. It's beginning to trust again. It's starting to imagine a life beyond the pain. Walking through a door in a dream is often the moment your subconscious chooses hope, and not the loud inspirational kind. The quiet, real kind. The kind that doesn't promise everything will be perfect, just that you're finally ready to stop carrying what was never yours to hold forever. These dreams don't come when you're still clinging to resentment, or when your heart is full of unspoken grief. They show up when something in you, however small, has softened. When forgiveness starts whispering in the background. When acceptance no longer feels like defeat. You might not even notice it while you're dreaming. It might feel like just another peaceful moment. But waking up from that dream with a strange sense of calm, that's your sign. That's your mind telling you, we made it through. You can keep going now. Because healing rarely makes noise, but it always leaves a door open. Sometimes, the most overlooked part of a dream is the silence. The gentle stillness that surrounds you as you move through a place you've never been. No voices shouting, no symbols demanding interpretation, just a door, slightly open, and a feeling that you're meant to walk through it. This isn't just creative dream imagery, it's a psychological shift happening right under the surface. For people who've lived with emotional pain, whether it came from heartbreak, loss, betrayal, or years of keeping quiet, dreams often reflect that weight. Closed doors, locked rooms, hallways with no end. But when that pain finally starts to loosen its grip, the mind reacts differently. It stops showing resistance and starts offering release. That's when these open-door dreams begin to appear. You're not just walking through any space. You're stepping into a version of yourself that's no longer held back by the past. And what's more, these dreams tend to appear without drama. They don't need to convince you of anything. They're not asking for closure or demanding answers. They simply let you in. That's how healing operates when it reaches the deeper levels. You stop needing to replay the wound. You stop needing to hold your breath, and your dreams reflect that shift with one quiet, graceful action. You cross the threshold. You choose what's next, not what's behind. So if you've been dreaming like this lately, don't dismiss it. Because that calm, open space is more than a dream. It's proof that something inside you has already decided it's time to move on. There's a quiet kind of courage most people never notice until it shows up in their dreams. Not the kind that screams or fights or overcomes danger, but the kind that simply walks forward. When you dream of passing through a doorway, especially without fear or confusion, your mind is revealing something deeper than recovery. It's showing you trust. Trust in yourself, in your instincts, and in the life that waits beyond what hurt you. Because if you've ever lived through real pain, you know that the hardest part isn't surviving. It's allowing yourself to believe there's more to life after it. That's why these dreams matter. They don't just reflect change. They confirm that it's already happening. You've stopped clinging to the story of who hurt you or what went wrong, and you're starting to write something new. That's not an easy shift to make. Most people stay stuck in the past without realizing it. They dream of being trapped, of lost rooms and endless hallways, always searching, never finding. But when that imagery changes, when the door appears, opens, and invites you forward, it's not just a good sign. It's a breakthrough. Your subconscious is no longer trying to solve what happened. It's not even trying to explain it anymore. It's simply saying, this way. There's more. And sometimes healing doesn't feel like a big emotional moment. It feels like peace, like clarity, like choosing to step forward without needing to look back. That's when you know you're not just surviving anymore. You're finally starting to live. Not all healing feels like a miracle. Sometimes it feels like walking into a dream that doesn't ask anything of you. No unfinished business, no old memories chasing you down, just a quiet space, an open door, and the soft realization that you're allowed to feel peace. That's the real message behind these dreams, the ones where you move forward effortlessly, without fear or confusion. They're not just nighttime illusions, they're emotional landmarks, and what's even more powerful, you usually don't notice them until afterward. You wake up and think, that was strange. Why did it feel so easy? And that's the point. The dream didn't come to test you. It came to reflect what's already shifted inside. Because when you're still stuck in grief or fear, your dreams show you conflict. They force you to confront the mess. But when the healing has truly begun, when your heart starts to unclench and your mind stops clinging, the dreams begin to change too. They stop demanding answers. They start offering direction. An open doorway in a dream is never just a background detail. It's a mirror, quietly showing you the truth. You're ready. Ready to release what hurt. Ready to trust the unknown. Ready to build something softer, more honest, and entirely yours. These aren't dreams you chase. They come when you've finally stopped running. And when they arrive, they don't shout, they whisper. But that whisper is powerful, because it's your own mind gently saying, you're free now. Keep going.